She rose with a voice that could shake the soul and a presence that commands the screen. From the stirring anthem Rise Up to her Oscar-nominated portrayal of Billie Holiday. Andra Day is more than a singer, more than an actress. She's a force of emotional truth, artistic bravery, and unapologetic black womanhood. In this video, we dive into the story of Andra Day, the woman behind the voice, the fight behind the performance, and the spirit that continues to move and inspire millions around the world. Early life and musical roots. Before the world knew her as Andra Day, she was Cassandra Monique Batie, a young girl growing up in Southern California, surrounded by gospel choirs, soul records, and dreams bigger than the block she lived on. Born in Edmonds, Washington, and raised in San Diego, her earliest musical influences came straight from church pews and classic vinyl collections. She found power in the raw truth of Nina Simone. She studied the icon Billie Holiday's voice, and she admired the poetic fire of Lauryn Hill. These women weren't just artists, they were storytellers, revolutionaries, survivors. Andra took all of that jazz, soul, gospel, hip-hop and shaped it into something of her own. A voice that rasped with pain and soared with hope. A sound that felt both timeless and urgent. She didn't just want to sing, she wanted to move people, to make them feel, remember, and rise. In 2015, Andra Day released a song that would become an anthem of strength, resilience, and healing. Rise Up. With a stripped-down piano melody and vocals that ache with sincerity, the song wasn't just a hit, it became a movement, used in protests, memorials, classrooms, and campaigns. Rise Up gave voice to people rising against oppression, grief, and injustice. Andra wasn't just performing, she was testifying. The song resonated across generations, solidifying her as a modern soul torchbearer. And in the years that followed, her voice became synonymous with empowerment. But Andra Day's greatest transformation came not in the studio, but on the screen. In 2021, she stepped into the shoes of the legendary jazz singer and activist Billie Holiday in the United States vs. Billie Holiday. It was her first lead acting role, but you'd never know it. She studied Holiday's voice, her mannerisms, her pain. She even lost 40 pounds, began smoking and drinking, and immersed herself fully into the trauma and brilliance of a woman hunted for singing strange fruit. Andra didn't just act, she became Billie Holiday. And for that, she won the Golden Globe for Best Actress and earned an Academy Award nomination, making history as only the second black woman ever to win the Globe in that category. Andra Day isn't just known for her voice, she's known for her vision. Her retro soul style pays tribute to jazz legends and golden era glam. Think pin curls, long gloves, vintage gowns, and a voice that carries the blues of a century. But it's not nostalgia, it's reinvention. She fuses the old with the new, channeling icons like Eartha Kitt and Etta James, while speaking to the realities of today's world. Her voice is unmistakable, raspy, rich, emotional, pulling from gospel, jazz, soul, and R&B. Every note sounds lived in, like history made audible. At the heart of Andra Day's work is a commitment to truth, justice, and healing. Her music has soundtracked Black Lives Matter protests, mental health awareness campaigns, and women's empowerment movements. She speaks openly about trauma, addiction, and survival, not for sympathy, but to show others they're not alone. Andra uses her platform not for fame, but for freedom, hers and ours. Andra Day is more than a rising star, she's a rising legacy. She represents the intersection of art and activism, beauty and bravery, tradition and evolution. Whether she's on stage with a mic or on screen with a script, Andra Day tells the stories that matter. Her journey is still unfolding. But one thing is certain, her voice, her spirit will echo for generations. The lesson we learn from Andra Day. From the church pews of San Diego to the red carpets of Hollywood, Andra Day teaches us something deeper than fame or talent. She teaches us the power of authenticity. Her story reminds us that true artistry comes not from perfection, but from pain transformed into purpose. That vulnerability is not weakness, but strength. She shows us that we don't have to fit into boxes. You can sing like Billie Holiday and still sound like yourself. You can rise up, fall down, and still rise again. Andra Day's life is a lesson. Encourage the courage to speak your truth, to carry the weight of your story, and to use your voice, no matter how broken, to heal others. In a world that tries to silence real emotion, she reminds us that our power lives in our truth. And maybe that's the biggest lesson of all. Don't wait to be perfect. Show up as you are and rise.